So if you don't know what's happening over in the content creation circle slash comedy circle, a famous YouTuber who had recently been in a lot of drama for just being really weird on Twitter has died of an overdose. Twomad, a person with 2 million subscribers right now, who is famous for his memes and other clips of him servicing the internet as reaction gifts, as gifts you send to friends on the group chat, has died of an overdose. And one of the last things he did before he died of an overdose was he had played Overwatch the same day he overdosed on drugs. It says right now on his Discord that he's been playing Overwatch 2 for 6 days, and that clearly means he's dead. He's overdosed on his keyboard and the computer is still loaded up on Overwatch. Now, a lot of the creators have come out and talked about this. Some of his friends have tweeted out condolences and that, but the way I found out about this was through James Ski and a comment saying that he was dead, and then later today actually all the news channels started posting about it. I think it's kind of fucked up what James Ski did. James Ski actually waited until Twomad was dead, until it was confirmed that he was dead, to release all the shit. Am I happy he released it at least? Yes, but the timing is horrible. And for all the people making fun of his death, I mean, you gotta remember, this is a real human being. It's a real, like, actual person who's lived on the earth. And yes, what James Ski is accusing him of is like the most horrible shit you can do as a human being. I'm just gonna read out what James Ski tweeted out. I can finally say it. Twomad was a rapist and a pedophile. Over the past few years, he tried to murder me multiple times for helping the police and detectives in multiple states to investigate a lot of horrible things he's done. He wanted to take out multiple innocent lives by getting behind a wheel and going head-on freeway while being high on illegal drugs. He didn't succeed once, as he overdosed before killing anybody, so he tried it again. Despite him trying to murder me and multiple innocent lives, I've been trying to help the law enforcement to make sure he's safe and doesn't get hurt and doesn't harm anybody. Please remember that he's a rapist and a pedophile. He continued to prey on the vulnerable, and even after the police got involved, including a 13-year-old in mental hospital. The tragedy doesn't excuse any of his actions. I will address a lot of this stuff when I fully collect my thoughts. Past few months have been a total mess, and reason why I ended up in ER. Please give me time. If this is all true, what he's being accused of, it's horrible. And I think Twomad was a horrible person if this is true. You still can't celebrate a person's death. It doesn't matter how horrible the person is, you can't celebrate a person's death. Like, there's a lot of tweets saying he's going to hell. I don't know where he's going, it's all up to God, but you shouldn't be celebrating someone dying, because what if this is all fake? This is all fake. And even though if it's real and he was a horrible person, still shouldn't be celebrating it. It's not a good thing, not a cool thing, not a smart thing to do, because you'll be treated the same when you die. If you treat people like that, if I go out on the streets right now and parade a flag of Twomad saying El Bozo, he dead, smoking on that Twomad pack, people will do the same when I die. There's a lot of shit we gotta go through in this video. I mean, Twomad, he was a big creator. I used to watch him. I remember I showed him to my sister once because I just thought his videos were so funny. There was this one Zoom video. Yeah, this Zoom video. This is the funniest video I've seen by him. And I used to love this guy. I didn't agree with any of the shit he said recently, bro. I didn't agree with any of it. But still, he was a funny guy back then, and I used to actually love his content. I don't know if I'm still subscribed. I'm still subscribed in hopes that he would become a better person. He never did, but you know, maybe it's just for the memes. Maybe it's just for the memes. He's been accused of a lot of stuff, and he was actually in a few court dates with another content creator. I think actually called Goldie Bells. Goldie Bell? I don't know what she was called, but it was this girl that had been in a relationship with, and she accused him of harassing her every day. I think Oompaville made a video about it. If you want to watch a really good, well-researched video, watch Oompaville's Twomad video. Twomad has snapped and Twomad responded. These two videos, great videos. Check them out if you haven't already. He's a great, I mean, Oompaville is where I get half of my fucking ideas. So like, that already shows he's a great content creator. As you can see, he died at 23 years old, which is really fucking young, and it's sad, dude. Like, he could have actually like bettered himself after being in a mental hospital or something, going to get rehabilitated. Instead, he just thought after happiness in drugs and games is what a lot of people do, and that's why like a lot of people die every year because of overdoses, because they don't want to look out for ways to change their life and make their life better. Instead, they want to just take the drugs and fuck around and then end up dead. dead. Recently, I didn't respect Twomad. I didn't respect Twomad for what he did. I had watched a video with Babil, and I'm like, oh, that's fucked up. He actually just harasses people. If you haven't heard, he would actually harass content creators when they would unfollow him or just not agree with him. He would just DM them and harass them for their Goldie belts or what the fuck her name is. I think he actually harassed her. I don't know if it's still allegations. We'll never know now because he's dead. He was accused of harassing her. Famous content creators have come out about this situation, just talking about it. Maybe he's just like, maybe he's referencing it. But the same day Twomad's death, it got revealed, Fearless came out and tweeted, Fearless died. Now, I don't know if that's a reference to it. I don't know. Maybe he's just making fun of it, which I still think is fucked up if you're making fun of it. Still liked it though, because it's Fearless. You gotta like that shit. There's also a few people who are on Twomad's side, not only people who are hating on Twomad and saying elbows or we're smoking on that Twomad pack. He actually has like real life friends. Oh, you were a good friend from 2020 to 2022, but you were also a terrible person. Maybe he's not on his side, but you can see Twomad was a good person at one point. He had friends, actual friends, and they would just fuck around. Also, Petrol Patches, another popular commentary channel, came out and talked about Jameski and how fucked up it is that he's talking about this. He said, what a sick loser you are, quote, replying to Jameski's tweet, and then replying to his own tweet saying, not saying the allegations are true or not, it's unconfirmed. Dropping a new wave of allegations just when he dies so he can't defend himself is insane, which I fully agree with, and I don't respect Jameski for doing it, but I'm still happy that this information came out because now it can be looked into more. Well, not as much as it would if Twomad was still alive, but still, it's fucked up what Jameski did. I don't really think anyone should celebrate what the fuck Jameski did because Jameski's a little fucked up for doing that right as he died. He could have done it like any time, but he picked exactly the day it's announced he died. Here's another one in Twomad's defense. Twomad was really depressed after the false accusations of and began to take drugs. He hated Jameski for talking the girl's side. Okay, this guy's grammar is horrible, but never talked about murder him. He joked about to cope the controversy. He was traumatized by false accusations. Goldie Bell stuff is what people cared about, and that was unproven and disputed. And Mitzi is, yes, 13 years old, but he was a friendly with the whole group and not in a weird way. Never seen Twomad try to date Mitzi or hit her up. We had live space on X together a few times. This guy's grammar is weird, but he's trying to say that Twomad's allegations are fully like wrong, never actually happened, and they're just lying. Now, I still don't know what to trust. I think you should take all this shit with a grain of salt, the Jameski tweets and this tweet, because you don't know who's like the actual like right person. It's gonna be harder to prove it now. Once something gets proven, at one point I'll probably come out and talk about it on Twitter, which you can go follow, because I'm not gonna make a whole another video about it. I'm just gonna finish it off with this. Like, you're not gonna hear about Twomad again from me unless he fucking comes back to life. I'm probably not gonna make a video about it. RIP Twomad. It's actually insane what happened while editing. So much shit came up. It's so much shit that I can't just ignore. Rubber Ross came out with some shit. Jameski came out with the full story, and it's so much shit, so it's gonna add on like 2 more minutes of this video. Luca Big Pants, he also came out with some stuff. Kiwi also came out with some stuff. Zaletta Minx came out with some shit, I think. So let's just start off Jameski because it's the most important one. When my friends and colleagues say that my life contests they're not just talking about threats. Just within a short time frame, I had a bullet hole put in my office window, was told to wear concealed bulletproof vests when I'm in public, witnessing a SWAT team with ballistic shields outside of my home, and had to cooperate with an anti-terrorism unit when the made implications of people's lives being in my control at TwitchCon. There was never a lawsuit at any point. It was never about money. He lied to the public and some morons ate it up. The justice court in multiple jurisdictions deemed it necessary to provide restraining orders to protect the victims/witnesses and those around them. Twomad has been caught destroying evidence, sending death threats to witnesses, fabricating stuff to brainwash his audience, and all this is public records. This is the guy who secretly recorded multiple videos of him committing crimes, including assault and pointing a gun at one of his victims. The court had gotten a hold of them. This is public records again. And then he shows these pictures. I don't know. I'm guessing there's like a picture of the police pulling up to Jameski's house or Twomad's house. Here's a gunshot. Here's the gunshot hole in his office window, which is fucking crazy. This is the restraining orders. I don't know if he's flexing that. I don't know. This is from him being in the emergency room. I'm a little bit on Jameski's side. I mean, the thing I said earlier in the video about why didn't you post this sooner? I know why now. out because there's a lot of shit he couldn't talk about at that point without putting everyone in danger. By waiting until his death, he did a good thing. I respect Jameski for doing it. All right, let's read out a lot of the other stuff that came out. Kiwi the Small says, I'll join in on this a little bit too. When I met him, he was a bit of a maniac, I could tell, but it was nothing too unmanageable. He seemed happy and had stuff going on for him, on good terms with most people until he wasn't. That slope became slippery very quickly. When it became evident that he was cold-hearted and like troll, I began to cut ties with our friendship. He hated it. He hated it so much that he would constantly spam me with disgusting threats about me with drugs, impregnating me, and stealing me from the internet. And these are actual, like, I'm pretty sure these are real from what I'm seeing. I will take your virginity. I will make you as uncomfortable as possible. Piches, I love you. So can I fuck or not? What the fuck? All right, sorry. This bitch. And then he says, you want to say nothing to keep the conversation going? Are you that obsessed with me? Can you moan like a little girl for me on mic? I'll blindfold you so you can see my gigantic. Rubber Ross also came out a little bit. This is a lot, but yeah, I witnessed firsthand Twomad threats on James' life during TwitchCon. He couldn't even go home because he knew his address. He had to use our hotel room to hide out while waiting for law enforcement. If all this is true, this is really horrible, but you still shouldn't be celebrating a man's death. Minx tweeted out, I don't know how to feel right now. Just got full confirmation that I can tell the public that you actively interfered with investigations and assisted Twomad by revealing him confidential information provided by authorities, that you also encouraged him to kill himself for hours, days before the tragedy. You even talked about it on stream.
I mean, I hope he learns how to tie a noose.
What the f— So if you don't know who Luca Big Pants is, he's a really creative content creator. He tweeted out surreal nudes today regarding the death of my least favorite ex-roommate, Twomad. Living with him was like a round-the-clock babysitting job, but with severe property damage, angry neighbors, and multiple police visits. My condolences are with his family. Zatelza, I don't know how to say her name, Twomad harassed me for months on my social and spammed me with dozens of messages saying how obsessed he was and how much he needed to R-word me. Sometimes he'd add on with a minor this screenshot where he's actually shown harassing her, saying, you're in LA, let me yo with a minor. The only way I could have interfered in investigation is the report I made the LAPD of him stalking, threatening me. So no call ID, no call ID. And then this is what Twomad has been shown. I'm gonna blur this out because this is just Twomad with guns. I'm guessing this is Twomad just calling her so many fucking times. That's it. Let's finish off the video now because I've been blabbing a little too long. See ya.